Are they throwing you under the bus?
Oh, of course not. You know, look, I take responsibility. I'm in charge of the State Department, 60,000 plus people all over the world, 275 posts. The president and the vice president certainly wouldn't be knowledgeable about specific decisions that are made by security professionals. They're the ones who weigh all of the threats and the risks and the needs and make a considered decision. In the wake of an attack like this, in the fog of war, there's always going to be confusion. And I think it is absolutely fair to say that everyone had the same intelligence. Everyone who spoke...
Bad intelligence,
well, everyone who spoke tried to give the information that they had. As time has gone on, the information has changed. We've gotten more detail. But that's not surprising. That always
doesn't
happens.
make any sense whatsoever. She was saying something different than the White House was saying, and they all had the same evidence? What? This is what happens to a country when you have a press that is complicit. I guess Hillary ended up being the one to answer the call at 3 o'clock in the morning. She says the buck stops right there at the State Department. However, in 2008, she had kind of a different take on things.
This is one of the most important elections in our country's history. I believe we need a president who believed what Harry Truman believed, that the buck stopped in the Oval Office.
Right. I still believe that. Why has she changed her mind? Why would she bother taking the fall for Obama? I mean, it's the Clintons. I mean, what could anybody possibly have on them that we don't already know? If you don't take the call, we're going to expose your husband's philandering ways. What? Everybody knows that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. The buck stops with the president, period. Yes, the ambassadors do fall under the Secretary of State. She has some responsibility. But they are appointed by the president, and they all work for him, not her. And here's another piece that just doesn't make any sense. Hillary blames the fog of war for the conflicting messages, a.k.a. lies, told by the administration in the aftermath of the attack. The idea that the president had no idea what was going on is about as likely as Michael Moore being the cover of the swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated. Here's why. They had real-time video of this attack. There's surveillance cameras, but they also had live videos from a drone overhead. Technology has advanced so much. Well, let me explain, because a lot of people don't understand how this new technology works. Let's say this is the embassy in Benghazi, okay? Benghazi. Here's a guy here, and he's got a shoulder fire missile, and it's right there, okay? He's got legs, of course. All right, there he is. Now, burning cars. The safe house is on fire as well. But up above is a drone. This is the U.S. drone. This one, for some reason, has a propeller on it. And what they're doing is they're taking a picture of this. And then it's magically beamed to something called a satellite. Right here goes a satellite. And then that picture is moved down right here and goes probably through a cable or something, maybe, into the White House. Now, this is a moving picture. I don't know if you've ever seen any of these moving pictures before. They're very, very interesting. This is an example of one. This is a picture of a horse, and all these moving pictures is one frame on a camera, but it'll make it look like the horse is moving. That's not actually a horse. No, I had to check. That's not actually a horse behind there. That's a moving picture in real time, in this particular scenario, and it's transmitted to something called a television screen. Now, he might have even watched this moving picture and said, I see dead people. That's how newfangled technology and forward thinking the White House is. I mean, sure, it's been around forever. I think it wasn't even new in the Patriot games. You remember that movie that came out in 1992? Well, there it is. Look, here he is, CIA guy, watching, real time. Uh-oh, it's a raid. What's going to happen? Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me show you another way. Okay, I can demonstrate how this works. This is what we call a television camera. Now, this one is a color television. Oh, not a lot of people have color television. But this one, if you'll see in the back, there's a little place here where the operator puts on a headset so he could talk to whoever's going to receive these moving pictures. He takes this camera, and this controls right here, this controls. You focus just like that. It's just that easy. So he's watching the picture here, and it's picked up on these lenses right here. These lenses. This captures this scene. See over here? Take one, please. This will capture this scene if you had one of these cameras. Now, the ones in the drones, they're probably much bigger than this. This is state-of-the-art technology, but not made for an airplane. But this picture is beamed way up into space, and then it travels down magically into a box, probably very similar to this one in the White House. Someday, they tell us, these boxes will be in every house, and some houses may even have two. Let's see what we can see. We have the camera shooting the Oval Office. Oh, look! In the magic box, there it is. It's the president. He's watching, what is he watching there? Oh, real time. That's right. Watching in real time the killing of Osama bin Laden. So he does have this magic box. Maybe the president should have gone to the movie room. By the way, the live drone scenario I just gave you has been confirmed. They had it real time. Why are they telling you about the movie? They're lying. Maybe Hillary took the fall too soon. Obama could have blamed Harrison Ford and James Earl Jones for that bad intelligence. That would actually be more believable than the current argument. The White House is clearly lying. And even if Obama didn't watch it real time because he was on his way to Vegas or he was sleeping or playing golf, it would stand to reason, at least to me, that after an ambassador died, someone might review what spilled out of the little magic box before the president went on television himself blaming protesters that don't exist. This is why this is so important, because if the press doesn't hold the feet to the fire on this one, what's going to happen next time? That's a scary question, but it's already being answered. When you really look at what likely happened in Libya, follow this. Here's my theory. The administration armed Libyan rebels to topple Muammar Gaddafi, right? And thousands of those weapons fell into the hands of al-Qaeda terrorists. Now, what happened to those? Well, they were eventually used in the attack on Benghazi. I'm guessing maybe not. I know the ambassador was most likely on a mission to get those weapons back. Here are the facts. Back in spring of 2011, during the Arab Spring, the administration authorized covert operations in Libya. They eventually sent $25 million to fund the rebel army. The administration said, well, we can't tell you what we spent the $25 million on, but they did say they considered supplying them with weapons. Watch.
Well, if you're making a determination whether to supply them with arms or not, what are the arguments for not supplying them with arms?
Well, I think the president said very clearly in one of his interviews yesterday evening that he's not taking anything off the table. I mean, he's not ruling something in or ruling something out in terms of lethal assistance to the opposition.
He's not going to take anything off the table. Now, hear me out on this one. Okay. They didn't have to tell. They didn't have to tell us, okay? Because we saw Hillary Clinton. Do you remember when she gloated? Watch this. This is great. Remember this?
We came, we saw, he died.
Oh, that is so funny. I love it when we take the death of somebody so lightly. We didn't go in and kill Gaddafi with peanut butter and jelly Sammies. ABC News reported ABC News reported that tens of thousands of powerful weapons went missing during the Libya... Sorry.
These things happen.
This is a professional program. I don't know why. ABC News reported that thousands of weapons, really powerful weapons, went missing during the Libyan uprising, and they may have fallen in the hands of terrorists. Now, here's what one of the terrorists said in a statement. As for our benefiting from the Libyan weapons, easier this way. This is a natural thing in these kinds of circumstances. So what has the president been doing? What has the White House been doing? What is the ambassador doing? We have been scrambling behind the scenes to get the weapons back. I believe that's what our ambassador was doing. And one of the deals or the meetings or whatever went bad. He wasn't at a consulate or an embassy. He was at a safe house, which obviously wasn't really safe. The guys who died with him, that was their job. They were CIA guys looking for the weapons. When you look at the administration's explanation, you can understand why they so desperately wanted to blame this on a YouTube video. They need you not to know that this was the work of Al-Qaeda, because imagine for a moment how bad it would look for the President of the United States if the ambassador of the United States and 3 other U.S. officials were killed by terrorists with weapons supplied to them by President Obama. That'd be pretty bad, wouldn't it? Or if they were just killed trying to get the weapons back that we gave them. It makes Fast and Furious look like a Saturday morning cartoon. And I don't buy it for a second that this never made it to Obama's desk. And they have 60,000 people to watch over. So individual security concerns never make it to the president. The video had to have. I would think that the president would have kind of a special interest in Libya. Let's not forget why he started an unauthorized war with Libya, Operation Odyssey Dawn, in the first place, as he said.
And values are at stake. We have a responsibility to act. We knew that if we waited one more day, Benghazi, a city nearly the size of Charlotte, could suffer a massacre that would have reverberated across the region and stained.
If we would have waited one more day, he knows that. He flipped on Libya. He tore it open, tore it into pieces, and now we're told to believe that he had no earthly idea what was happening with security there. He just stopped caring. This is either a lie or gross incompetence, and if the press allows him to get away with this, what will stop him from doing it again? Oh, I know. Nothing. What is to stop more ambassadors and U.S. personnel from dying? Nothing. And it may already be too late. Here's where it goes from here. Joe Biden bragged at the VP debate that they are still assisting Syrian rebel opposition forces they believe deserve the help. So after Assad goes, Biden assures us that he will go. But both the Washington Post and the New York Times are now reporting most of the arms shipped, sent at the behest of Saudi Arabia and Qatar to supply Syrian rebel groups fighting the government of Bashar al-Assad. You ready? Are going to hardline Islamic jihadists and not the more secular opposition groups that the West wants to bolster. Gee, that's a problem. How are they possibly falling into the wrong hands? How's that possible? The New York Times unwittingly provides the answer in another article back in June. Quote, the weapons, including automatic rifles and rocket-propelled grenades, ammunition, and some anti-tank weapons, are being funneled mostly across the Turkish border by way of a shadowy network of intermediaries, including Syria's Muslim Brotherhood, and paid for by Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. We are funneling weapons through the Muslim Brotherhood, and we are trusting them to get the weapons to the good guys. America, wake your neighbors up. America tried this limited, from a distant version of war in Libya, and he ended up arming al-Qaeda with thousands of weapons. And now he's trying it again with Syria, and it is happening all over again. And now We are sending troops to the Jordanian border just in case things get out of hand. Let's see. There's 25,000 people dead and fighting in Syria. You think it could get out of hand? Why would we bother even sending troops into harm's way again? To help Jordan? Really? Totally unrelated. The Muslim Brotherhood has just forced the president of Jordan to disband the government. If they refused, they threatened to riot and overthrow the government. So who's running Jordan now? Who are we really helping? Who's been at the White House over and over again? Oh, I know, the Muslim Brotherhood. The answer to all of the questions always lead to Obama and the Muslim Brotherhood. In a totally unrelated story, the Muslim Brotherhood's top leadership in Egypt has now called for a holy jihad against Israel. And Mr. Gutsy Call, I don't know, what should I do? Should I kill Osama bin Laden or not? What should I do? Mr. Gutsy Call is deciding now whether or not to distance the administration from the Muslim Brotherhood. Oh, which to do, which to do. He has to think on this one. The administration is on the wrong side almost every single time. And strong language coming your way, but it is true, and there is no other way to read it. They are aiding and abetting and comforting and now arming the enemies of the United States, period. If someone in the media would like to grow a spine and actually begin to tell the truth on this, we might have a chance to save the republic. This election is gigantic. It is much bigger than politics. It is about the way, not just of the country, but the Western way of life. President Obama, like him or hate him, has proven just in this Benghazi case that he is either wildly incompetent or he is in league with the enemies of the United States of America. It really can be only one of the two. They're both bad, and they both put us at great, grave risk.